Welcome to the Elle Bee Show. I'm your host, Elle Bee. So, most of the things that you're about to hear are my opinion. But guess what? We sprinkled in some facts because we're what? Educated bees over here in this hive. Don't forget to check out the website for our resources so you can do some additional research on your own. Now, prepare to be stung, but the solve is not included. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again this week. So, we're on this colorism journey together. So we're going to keep it in the entertainment industry and talk about colorism for Black actresses. Yeah. So if you didn't know, there are 4 tropes, stereotypes, if you will, for Black actresses. They are the Mami character. Think Hattie McDaniel and Gone with the Wind, or something a little bit more current, Medea. There is the Sapphire, which is the angry Black woman. Think of Gabrielle Union, Deliver Us from Eva. That's a good one, because she was angry that whole movie. Then you have the Jezebel, who's the sexy siren. Think of Dorothy Dandridge and Carmen Jones. And then you have the strong Black woman, which some people don't think is a stereotype, but it is, because let me tell you, as a Black woman, we tired, okay? We are tired. But strong Black woman, I would say a good one would be Taraji P. Henson and What a Man Thinks. Because, yeah, she was a strong, independent, career-driven type of woman in that movie. And she kind of didn't have a choice but to be. So let's take it back to old Hollywood for a moment, where old Hollywood actors and actresses were signed to movie studios. So they didn't have a choice necessarily in the movies that they were able to play in, especially when you are looking at people like Hattie McDaniel, Pearl Bailey, Dorothy Dandridge, Ethel Waters, Lena Horne, those types of people. Now, when you have Hattie McDaniel and Ethel Waters, they were typically placed in the Mami role. Although a breakout from that for Ethel Waters is a movie that I love, which is, in today's day and age, a terrible movie, but I still like it. It's the music. But it's Cabin in the Sky. She was a faithful, devoted wife to her husband that was not the best to her. But I digress. In that same movie, though, you have Lena Horne, who was definitely the Jezebel, because she was messing around with Lil Joe, who was the husband to Ethel Waters' character. Lena Horne, who is a classic beauty, defined stereotypes in her day and refused to bow down to segregation. She was on the lighter end of the color spectrum, but back in those days, most of the films were in black and white. Now, Gone with the Wind, which is the first movie that an African-American person, man or woman, was ever awarded an Academy Award for, which went to Hattie McDaniel, who played the Mami. Now, recently, within the last couple months or so, I tried to watch Gone with the Wind. No. Hell to the no. Hell to the motherfucking no. Bitch, what? Is this what qualified for a good movie? And the answer to that question is yes, it was back in those days. Hattie McDaniel is known for saying, I would rather play a maid than be a maid. Wow. Playing a maid, she did make very good money. She lived in a very sophisticated neighborhood in LA, which still exists to this day. Her house was recently made a historical landmark, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. You could fact check me on that. But her, along with others, they said they would rather play the part than actually be the part. But they were lucky because Hattie McDaniel was born and raised in California. They lived there. While people like Lena Horne, her parents put her, in the circuit because she could sing. She was pretty. She could dance. She was a good actor. Now, back in those days, everybody had to do all the things. You had to be able to sing, dance, and act to be able to even be considered for a movie role, which is why, for the life of me, I don't understand why so many people nowadays have problems with people that know how to sing, dance, and act, because that is the lineage that we come from. Now, when you look at these different actresses that's famous, some are super famous, their talent doesn't always get them to the type of roles that they should be playing. I'm going to take Viola Davis as my example. Viola Davis, I hope you see this because I love you. Viola Davis is a consummate learner. I read her book. I want to give her a hug, and her sisters and their mama, because she went through a lot. And I do mean a lot. Go read her book. It's really good. But she knew she had talent. She talks about this a lot, of how her and her sister used to pretend to be rich white ladies. That was their escapism from their reality. And then she turned into this amazing, talented person that has gone on to do amazing work in the industry. Now, Viola Davis was nominated for Best Supporting Actress in the movie Doubt, where she was literally in that movie for maybe 10 minutes. That's how good she is. But for most of her career, she was never able to play a sex symbol until she started doing How to Get Away with Murder. And why is that, you may ask? It's because she's black. Like dark black. Like she got nappy hair black. Like black. But she's beautiful. And she's talented. So because she's black, you don't want to see her as a sex symbol? That seems wrong. But when you have others that are on the lighter side, Halle Berry, who I also love. Hey, Halle. What's up, girl? She won an Academy Award for Best Actress. She's still the only one that has ever won for Best Actress in 90 plus years that the Academy Awards have been given out. And she won for a role that, in my opinion, was trash. Monsters Ball was garbage as a movie. I didn't like it. I understood it, but I didn't like it. And then you pick like a not so attractive white male to be the person that made her feel good. There are plenty of other nice looking white men that could have made her feel good in that movie. He was horrible. I mean, my opinion, not attractive. But she won a role. She won for that role. And that's not even her best work. Now, if Introducing Dorothy Dandridge, which was the movie that she won her Emmy, her Golden Globe for, if that movie came out today and played in at least one movie theater, she would have been considered for an Oscar. she probably could have won for that role. But because it came out on a cable media network, it did not qualify to be nominated for an Oscar, which is the movie that she should have won for. Now, you have others. One of my personal faves, Miss Angela Bassett, who has played the mother, played the sister, played the doctor, played the attorney, played, the queen, all of that. Played Tina Turner, which she should have won the Oscar for, but she didn't. She was nominated for Best Oscar for playing Tina Turner, and it went to somebody else. I watched the movie. It doesn't matter. It wasn't as good. Let's just say that. But Angela Bassett does have an Academy Award. It was honorarium, which means that is over her body of work, which in my mind, it's like, why I just can't award her for her actual work that she does, because she deserves it. And she's talented and she's really, really good. But no, that doesn't happen. Hardly ever do Black women, Black actresses, get nominated for the awards that they should be nominated for, unfortunately. They don't look at the movies that star Black women as award-winning performances. And it's not just in film, it's in TV too. For the life of me, I cannot understand why Felicia Rashad, who was the mother of all mothers, never won any awards for playing Claire Huxtable. Who didn't want Claire Huxtable to be their mama? I wanted her to be my mama. I was like, ooh. I didn't want to get yelled at for going off to see The Wretched, but who didn't want Claire Huxtable as their mama? Everybody wanted Claire Huxtable as their mama. So it's like, what do we have to do to be acknowledged for the work and the talent that we have? Because when we do win things, we win for the worst things. Like playing a maid, being a drugged out mama, playing a maid. There are several that have won for playing a maid. That's why I said it more than once. Just saying. Not to say that these actresses aren't talented, but they fit into that stereotype. So why is that? We can get awards for playing the Mami character. Now, I'm going to take it a little bit deeper. And Monique, who I think is quite hilarious. I love the movies that she produced through her company. Hair Show was really, really funny. Fat Girls, love that one. Because I was like, oh, I want to be a thick madame. Okay, cool. Clothing line, love it. She won Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in the movie Precious, which was based on a book. She was the absolute worst mother on the face of the planet. We can win for being terrible people. In that movie, you could tell that there was makeup on her to make her look lighter, especially towards the end of the film. She was like a little whitewashed in that scene where she's in the social office with Mariah Carey. And it was just like, what? Y'all making her look lighter than what she actually is so she can fit into a stereotype of who we are as Black women. And while she played the part, which is what you win in awards for playing a role, why was it that role? Why can't we ever be nominated or win for roles that are truer to who we are as people? Angela Bassett should have won for playing Tina Turner. Period. The end. Because she was Tina Turner. to a lot of people, especially people that didn't know who Tina Turner was. It's like, no, that's Tina Turner. No, that's Angela Bassett playing Tina Turner. Why is that? You know, of recent, people that have won awards for playing a role that wasn't, I mean, I guess you could say Jennifer Hudson, but she was an angry black woman because somebody else stole her man, stole her career, and then she went to what? Poverty? That's extreme because she had a baby out of wedlock. Is that why she had to go to the poverty route where nobody wanted to help her? What's up with that? I mean, Taraji P. Henson, she won awards for playing Cookie Lyons on Empire, which I've never watched the episode, sad to say, because it's about music, so, you know, we would think, oh, yeah. But she was an angry black woman on that TV show. I didn't have to watch it. Instead of promos to show she was an angry black woman. Stereotype. But on the flip side, sticking with Taraji, when she played in Hidden Figures, which is a movie that I absolutely love and adore, she played Hidden Figures with Janelle Monáe and Octavia Spencer. They didn't win individually anything for Hidden Figures. They won one award, I believe, at the Golden Globes for ensemble class. It was either Golden Globes or the Emmys, one of the two. Or SAG, one of them, sorry. But they won as an ensemble cast. They didn't win individual awards, which they should have, because she carried that movie. But they don't want to see movies about intelligent black women, because we are. I mean, we have the most master's degrees of any race in America. I saw this thing recently where it was just like, when a black woman is bored, she's like, oh, let me go back to school and get another degree. Well, it's not completely wrong for those that choose to go the educational route. I have 2 degrees. I'm working on my 3rd. My team that helps to do this show, they all have multiple degrees. One of them got a PhD. And the rest of us are working to get there. So we are more than just angry. We're more than just being strong. We're more than just being the Mami. We are more than just being a sex symbol. We're going to talk later about the over-sexualized black women, because that is something that is beyond control, being out of control, I should say, at this point in time and where we're living at in society right now. And that it's not representative of who all black women are, period. So that's something that we need to work on, just, you know, as a culture, as a society. And that's part of the reason why we're here at the Elle Bee Show, because we want to change the narrative of how black women are being seen in the world. So here's today's food for thought. Are you ready? Your talent will always shine no matter what. You don't have to live in the house that you are stereotyped to be in. You have the power to pick your own room. We all live in the house. You don't have to be something that you're not. Period. You don't have to be an image of what people think that you are. Because, truth be told, how America projects the image of pretty much everything is how the rest of the world sees us. So America projects black women as being one thing. That's how the world sees us. So next week, we're going to flip it, and we're going to talk about how black men are seen in Hollywood and around the world. Come back next week. Thanks for tuning in to the Elle Bee Show. Make sure you share, subscribe, and sound off. I hope you got some. Who knew it could feel so good?